Hi guys, my name's Jacqueline and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I would love it if you could subscribe and be part of our little adventure family. If you want to know more about me, I'll leave my little intro video up here. I upload videos every Wednesday and Friday, and today I'm going to share with you some of my monthly favorites. I've never done monthly favorites before, considering I'm so new to YouTube still, but I figured I would start doing them, and I'm going to kind of do it differently. So I have my little notebook with notes. So I picked, how many categories? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I picked 7 categories, and I'm going to try to use the same 7 every single month. I think it's a good way to like challenge myself and push myself and go on new adventures and do all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah, let's get started. So the first category is going to be my favorite place I visited. This month it's going to be kind of a combination of this. So I have 2 favorite places I visited. First was wine country. I took a little girls trip with my mom and sister out to wine country in Washington. I'll leave, oops, on this side, I'll leave a couple videos from that trip over here if you want to check any of those out. But it was beautiful. We stayed in like the Tri-Cities area. We stayed in Richland, and then we went to wineries in Richland, in Benton City, and in Prosser, and it was just so much fun. It was a great girls trip. And then my second favorite place, I picked 2 because you'll see in a second why, but my second favorite place was Lena Lake. It's on the Olympic Peninsula. It's on the east side, and it was just beautiful. It was such a great hike, and we had so much fun. The lake was gorgeous. We're thinking of going back and camping there. It was just so much fun. So I'm going to insert some clips of all this stuff as I go along as well. Sorry, I need some coffee, guys. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about was my favorite experience. So that's the reason I said I picked 2 places this month, because my favorite experience is actually going to wine country and driving through the mountain pass. Just so beautiful. I've done it once before on my way to Tacoma when I drove from Philadelphia to Tacoma, but it was just so beautiful and breathtaking, and it's so funny how quickly it changes. Like on this side, I live in Tacoma. On this side of the Cascades in the mountains, it's really lush and green and beautiful. I mean, everywhere in Washington is beautiful, but the minute you get over those mountains, it like changes so quickly. It just becomes desert so fast. Everything's more brown, and yeah, it's just so completely different. And it's just funny how like that mountain range just changes everything. So the next category is going to be my favorite book. So I've been trying to read a couple books a month. I failed in June. I only read 1 book in June. Or, sorry. No. This month I was really good. I read like 3 books this month. Sorry. I'm like behind already in July because... Anyway, okay, moving on. So my favorite book this month was this one. It's by Nora Roberts. It's called Jewels of the Sun. It's actually the first book in a series of 3. I haven't gotten the second 2 books yet, but basically it's about this woman who is getting divorced and all this stuff, and her heritage is she's Irish. And so she goes back to Ireland and like she like lives in her great aunt's old house, and there's all these stories of like Irish fairy tales and all this really amazing beautiful stuff. And it's a love story basically, but it's not a hard read, but it's really interesting. And I think Nora Roberts does a great job of like interjecting Irish heritage and culture and stuff into this really cute like love story. So it was a pretty easy read. I think I finished it in like 2 days. When I get hooked on a book, I finish it so fast. Matt's always like, what is wrong with you? How did you finish that so fast? I just get hooked and I finish them. So this was a great read. If you're looking for like an easy summer read, this one's a good one. Okay. So the next couple things I'm going to talk about, if you didn't know, me and Matt are huge foodies. Besides hiking, we love to eat and drink. We usually plan most of our weekends around like where we're gonna go drink and eat, and like if you saw my other video, it's along with Lena Lake, I'll leave it up here. We went to the Taste of Tacoma. That was amazing. So one of the favorite things I had to drink this month was actually from one of our winery trips, and I don't have a bottle, but this is it's called Wit Cellars, and they have a little tasting room in Prosser, and the lady who, actually one of the ladies who owns it, was in the tasting room when we were there. She was actually doing all the tasting. She was super, super nice. The wines were amazing. I think my mom got 2 bottles, I don't remember, but it was so good. So I'm gonna see if I can find them here, but I will leave yeah, like whatever info I can on them, and it was so good. All their wines were so good. It was our favorite tasting of the trip. It was actually our last one, but so good. And then my favorite food that I made this month, I made a gluten-free coffee cake. And me and Matt love coffee cake, so I decided to try to make a gluten-free one. So I just used a Betty Crocker gluten-free cake mix, and then I made my own topping for it, and it was amazing. It was really easy to make, but it tasted so good. Even my mom and sister tried it, and they both loved it too. So like I said, I'll leave clips of all this as we go. And then my second to last thing is my favorite makeup or skincare item. So this month I picked a makeup item. I've had this longer than obviously just June, but I bought this palette for myself for my birthday. So it's the Anastasia Soft Glam palette, and it looks like this on the inside. I know a lot of people when it first came out were like, oh, it's kind of boring, I don't really like that, but I saw it in stores and I was like, that's it, that's the palette for me. It's like the perfect like warm tone palette, but it's not like the Modern Renaissance where it's like really, really warm tone. It's like a good everyday palette, but you can also like they say, like glam it up. So that's actually the palette I used to get this look today. I have a video coming on this makeup look, so stay tuned for that. But I've been loving it. This has like been my go-to palette when I want to do like a really cool eye. This is what I've been using. So love this. And then my last category, sorry, I'm trying to find, oh, my phone's connected there, obviously, duh. So my last category is going to be my favorite song for the month. I know Casey Holmes does this a lot, but so I figured, you know, it's something fun and different to do as well. So my favorite song this month is called Loving Is Easy. It's by Rex Orange County. I'm just gonna play a little bit of it. I just love this song.
Listen, girl, when you can't even hide it, your loving is easy when everything's perfect. Please don't.
So yeah, so those are my favorite things that I experienced, ate, drank, all that fun stuff. So hopefully I'm gonna try to do this every single month and use the same 7 categories, just to keep it consistent. And it's also, I feel like it's a little bit more of like a challenge than like, oh, these are all my favorite makeup that, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's a little bit more of a challenge for me personally to like get out and do things and experience new things and really try stuff so I can report back to you guys what's been my favorite. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you subscribe as well. And yeah, I'll see you in our next adventure. Bye!